You guys do not play around in here. We went in there. It was nice and warm. It's cold outside, obviously, so it was a nice change of pace.
We've been saying we need to shed a few LBs, so that came in very handy this morning.
There you go.
Well, the fire department got very mad at us.
Yeah, we almost burned the building down a little bit.
They brought one of those big ladder trucks out. It was and so we thought we'd make it 20 degrees below zero in this room. Seriously, my nips are kind of hard.
Yeah, it's cold in here.
Let me tell you something. After that Macy's parade, anything feels warm after that.
Was it that cold?
Talk about you get on your float. By the way, that float was beautiful, but you get on your float. And keep in mind, you're coming down Fifth Avenue. I don't know what avenue.
Like Central Park West, and you go down Sixth.
But it's like a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
So talk about what it was like and how cold it was.
What you saw on TV, we were basically at street level. When we were riding on the float, the rest of the parade, we were about 25, 30 feet up in the air.
Right.
So we weren't being blocked by the other people or the trees or the cars, or we were literally just exposed to the elements, which is I feel like I'm Mary right now talking about it like that, but it was cold.
But we were in the bus beforehand, and people were offering us hand warmers.
We're like,
and foot warmers.
nah,
Like,
don't worry
about it.
We're from Ohio. Come on.
About 10 minutes in, we were like literally shivering on top of the float. It was brutal.
How long were you guys actually out there? What's the duration?
It was a couple hours. It seemed like a lifetime, but it was great. I mean, it's cool getting out there in front of it's an honor to be a part of the parade. Of course it is. It's cool. It's great. It's great for us and everything like that, but it really was.
But by the time you actually get to the part where you're on TV, you're so wind burnt and chapped. and like, I was about to say, you came out of
my lips were quivering. I'm like, this is nothing good.
You had great color.
Yeah.
a lot of colors.
Icicles hanging off your nose.
But you'll be happy to watch it from home next year.
Well, that was our third time, I think.
Yeah.
And one year we actually did it in the late 90s, and it was pouring down rain. So we shouldn't complain. It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Just a little chilly.
I always like when Justin talks. You hear it was a yeah.
Especially in the morning.
What he said. How you doing?
Well, it's good to see you guys.
Great to be here.
I know that, look, we've known each other for many, many years. I remember, gosh, what was is it Epic was the original label?
Motown.
Motown. Yeah, just Motown. Because I remember you guys were in a studio here in New York City. They said, you got to come see this band, 98 Degrees. I'm like, okay. And you guys did this little studio thing, and it was just so incredible. And since then, look at the journey you've been through as a band, but also as individuals, It's pretty cool.
I remember when they sang in our conference room. Remember the conference room when they came? This brand new band, 98 Degrees, and all the girls were swooning because they were so beautiful and they sounded so great. And I think you serenaded some of us in the room. It was awesome.
Well, we were reminiscing on the way here that one time we actually came. We went to show up at the radio station, and you guys had moved. It was when
we went to the wrong one.
So we went to the old
We didn't
building.
tell you.
And we're all ready to go in the air, and you guys aren't there anymore.
I learned that trick from my parents when I was in grade school.
The old okey doke.
They moved.
We had a guest come on once who lived in Tribeca, and our studios are in Tribeca, and he thought the studio was still in New Jersey, and so he ordered a black car, and the black car took him 2 blocks, and then he got out of the black car, and that's when
it happened.
It happens.
Well, okay, so let's talk about it. Of course, Nick. Dancing with the Stars, you did such a great job with that.
Thank you, buddy. I gave it my all. That's all I could say.
My favorite was at the end when you go, I came in a bad dancer and I'm leaving a bad dancer.
Those are true words. But honestly, I didn't come in expecting to win. I knew I wasn't a very good dancer, but that's kind of the reason I wanted to do it too, just because I knew it would be a challenge. Stepping out of the comfort zone a little bit. So,
but look, they say relationships are hard enough. You should never work with your partner. But you were going to work every day at Dancing with the Stars when you did these shows, and she was there.
But I honestly never saw her because she would be like with Max and I was with PETA, and it's like you're so into your own like situation that we barely even saw each other.
Wow.
So.
And then Drew, how many years ago was that? And you walked away with that obnoxious looking trophy.
A terrible thing that's in pieces in my garage right now.
Oh, no.
Don't say
it
that.
falls apart. Literally.
Does it really?
It's not held up well.
It's terrible. Like you take it out to show it to somebody who asks about it, and like chunks of mirror fall off.
Oh no!
It was almost 12 years ago now.
It's not meant to last. Now, Justin, a lot of people may not know this. Justin actually ran for mayor.
That's true.
In Cincinnati.
Yes. Yep.
And you decided that you saw things in your community that needed attention.
Yeah.
And you thought, hey, you know what? Let me throw my hat in the ring. And you still to this day are all about activism and looking out for people who need a voice, right?
Yeah, that's true. I actually work for the Greater Cincinnati Homeless Coalition when I'm not running around with these clowns.
Right, right. I know, but look at that. All 4 of you doing different things. Then we turned to Jeff.
Right. Here we go. I'm ready.
Let me tell you.
I've been prepared.
No, you started. I don't know if I can use brand names because you started with another company in Las Vegas.
Right.
It rhymes with Sip and Blales.
Yes.
Shop at Zales.
But you know what? You being a part of that organization, you really took it to a whole new level as the host, as the spokesperson for this male review.
I reluctantly joined up. I mean, they had asked me to host for years. Obviously, I didn't dance in the troupe. I mean, those guys are like 6 foot, whatever, ripped to shreds, and they're in their 20s. And I came in as the sort of boy band host and sang a couple of our songs, and it really was a hit there. But I thought that there could be a cooler, younger version of it. Created one called Men of the Strip.
Right.
We put it in Vegas for a while, had a limited run there. It was very successful. Took it on the road, sold out shows everywhere, had a TV show on E, and still a part of that brand. It's been very successful. I've been very, very fortunate.
Now, did you actually have to audition the dancers?
We did. We auditioned guys all over the country, and
Do you need someone else?
Yeah, we're always looking for guys.
Please welcome
oh, look, here
Greg
we
T. Greg T's here to audition. Greg T, the man.
That's right.
How you doing, Greg T?
I'm ready to go. I'm getting warmed up, getting my music. I'm ready to go.
There's no unseeing that.
You're never getting this back, Nick. Never.
That
I don't want you to unsee that, Nick. Put that right there, baby.
Okay, so
there's no doubt it definitely is cold in here.
No, he's always like that.
By the way, I was wondering where all my Kleenex went.
Of course.
Okay, so
gotta show it off.
We're going to show pictures of this on Instagram soon so people can see.
No, you can't do that.
But people did audition that looked like that. We filmed the part.
You haven't seen me dance yet. You gotta see me dance, bro.
Please don't.
I've seen it all at this point.
Stop that. Get out of here.
I'll crawl across the table to you.
Greg T, the man, everyone.
Gonna poke somebody's eye out.
If he's lucky. Stop it.
Thank God we haven't eaten yet.
He's wearing my Tito's boots.
Oh, wow.
But at least he waxed.
Yes.
No.
You know what? Luckily, we'll never know. All right. So, gosh, with all the years you guys have been doing it and not doing it and back together, but it's always friends to the whole thing.
Yeah,
you went good. That's well, we experienced that here too. That's what being a family is all about, But you go back into the studio to do Let It Snow. So how was going into the studio for 98 Degrees different this time than, let's say, the last time you did an album? I mean, was it a struggle? Was it easier? What was it like?
I think the way you record has changed a lot over the years, and it's gotten actually a lot easier to now, frankly, record a record. And now we all have other things going on. Back in the day, it was, hey, we're all in the studio for 12 hours. We're hanging out together. We're in the lounge. And now a lot of us have kids, and we have, other things going on. So it was about kind of delegating time and responsibility. So a lot of the time, one of us would go in and record, another one would come in and record, and actually it was a lot easier, I think, to record this record than the first one.
Wait, so you just do Dropbox recording? Hey, I left you my part of the song.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it. It is. I mean, we all had extremely busy schedules. That's part of the reason we had such a long hiatus. We were all doing so many different things, family and different career choices and whatnot. And especially now, I mean, we were there recording the record in July, which is, you're not in the Christmas spirit yet. So, but yeah, I mean, we would go into the studios at different times, send each other the other parts, kind of listen to it, vibe out like that, as opposed to, like Nick said, us sitting together for 12, 14 hours or 2 days doing one song. We would knock 3-4 songs out a piece in a couple of days and then send them to each other and do feedback online and all that good stuff. And we got it done pretty efficiently that way. It was pretty incredible. Technology is amazing nowadays.
How do you get into the Christmas spirit if you're recording it in July?
Well, turn the AC way up and put up some twinkly lights. And no, I think once you get into the mindset and you start recording these songs, and Christmas music just automatically puts you in kind of that feel good holiday mode. So once you start singing these songs, it kind of just, you fall right into the right the right vibe.
Well, I was listening to it this weekend, and "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" will always be my favorite song. Yeah. And even. Why does everyone look at me like that?
No, it's a great song. That's one of my favorites. It's actually how we end the show with that song, because it is such a just great feel-good song.
Classic.
I know, but you guys looked at me and I was thinking, wait, that is on your album, right?
We would think the same thing. We're like, is it on our album?
Sometimes, Daddy likes to drink some wine, smoke a little pot, listen to 98 Degrees. But, it happens. But it's just, that's the thing about this music. It is so universally accepted, and people just, it takes us to that place we need to be. You know, a love song can do that, but these are the songs that bring back memories. You know, way before we even knew each other. I mean, Silent Night. You put that on an album. You know, that's a song that's. I mean, it takes guts to sing Silent Night on an album. I would think, because that's such a classic.
We've sung it on two now.
Twice. Yeah, that's one we did twice.
That's the only song we actually repeated on this record that we did the first time around as well. We did an a cappella version of it this time, and we did it on this gift as well. So, yeah, I mean, but it's cool. It's cool to this. What
you said? This gift, this Christmas.
This Christmas, thank you. Get this gift song.
He's getting old. I have to correct him.
The album is called Let It Snow.
Degrees and Rising.
If you want to,
Timeless.
if you want to talk about your mind slipping, let me know. I'll talk to you about it. Anyway, go ahead.
It is cool to be a part of people's, traditions. When people say, "Hey, every year we kick off, day after Thanksgiving, we put on, your holiday album." It's cool to be a part of people's traditions and their families. It's a real honor to be in that world. So
and that's one album that guys aren't afraid to tell us they like. They feel safe to tell us they like that one. They were kind of on the side say, "Well, I liked The Hardest Thing when my girl was breaking up." But the Christmas album, they were like, "We love that one. That's cool. My mom loves it. I love it. They put it in every Christmas, so they're not afraid of the Christmas one."
Are there any Christmas songs or holiday songs that you hate, that you're like, we cannot have this on our album?
We were talking about
A
that the
Wonderful
other day.
Christmas Time.
Silver Bells.
Silver Bells doesn't.
Silver Bells.
I mean,
can't
there's
do it.
one that's huge and everybody loves, but it's the Wham one.
Last Christmas.
Yes, for some reason I just cannot get into that one.
Oh, but you know what? You guys would really work that song really
I
hard.
think that would be a good one.
That would be
us.
awesome.
That's what the
Now that you
producer said, and I was like, I just can't get my head around that one.
How about this one? I'd like to hear this on the next Christmas album.
Hey, jingity jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jingity jing,
The Italian Christmas Donkey.
la 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 la.
Come on.
Oh, that's my favorite. Come on.
Come on.
We'd kill Dominic the Christmas Donkey. Why did we think of that one?
When you're ready to really show what you got, you come back to me with some
Christmas
Italian Christmas shoes.
What about that horrible song, Christmas Shoes?
Do you remember that
I
song?
don't know that one.
There was the one about the little boy whose mom is dying. He stands in line. He can't afford the shoes, and so he's going to leave. And then the guy's like, "No, I'll get him."
Isn't there
I
a
do.
Hallmark movie after
Yes.
that or something? Yeah.
They wrote this song because they knew it would make people cry. The story never happened.
No.
Oh.
I'm
not gonna play that.
I don't know this
It's
one.
very sad.
We're sappy emotional guys enough already, so we don't need to go like people dying in shoes and all that.
No, we don't need that.
It's a terrible song.
Shoes make me cry.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about back on the road? I know from time to time you guys have gone on the road with other artists, this and that. I mean, where are we going to see you next? Are we going to see you? Do you want to do that?
We're actually on the road right now, in the middle of a tour. Funny you should mention that.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a 31-city tour. We're 10 shows in, I think.
Yeah,
We played out in
something like
Long
that.
Island last night. So, yeah, it's great. It's a different kind of show for us. It's a little bit more theatrical. It's, obviously it's a Christmas show, but we're still doing all the hits from back in the day as well. So it's a cool little mix of Christmas and our hits.
Any pyro?
No pyro.
Every time we sing, it's pyro, man. It's just,
That's 98 degrees.
that's the fireworks right there.
Remember when they performed at Jingle Ball and they were like in leather and chains and stuff when they came out on stage?
That's casual wear
was
now.
that not in at the time? I still have all my leather
say
pants.
like it was
I'm
weird.
sure.
Basically, remember a guy just in here a few minutes ago with leather and chain.
Yeah, well,
You can borrow that from him.
Nice.
Hold on. I got Chris on the line. Hey, Chris, say hi to our friends from 98 Degrees.
What's up, 98 Degrees? How are you guys doing this morning?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. That's good. I just wanted to say, I'm a grown-ass man, but when I hear "Oh Holy Night" by you guys, I cry.
There you go.
We're a big fan of that
That's a
song. as
real
well.
man to admit to crying.
That's right.
It's okay.
It's okay to
I
cry.
like that.
It's you know what? It's just the way you guys sing it. I've heard like Mariah Carey sing it, and just I don't cry when she sings it, but it's just something about the way you guys come together and you guys sing that song. It gets me every time. I don't know.
There you go.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
You totally beat up Mariah Carey on "Oh Holy
Yeah,
Night."
nice.
Wow, yeah.
All right, Chris,
See that
thank you for
coming.
calling.
Appreciate it.
So when you're doing your performances and you have like 20 more shows to do in this run, when you sing the classic 98 Degree stuff and you sing newer stuff or stuff from this album, I mean, does it drive you nuts to sing these songs you've been singing for all these years? Do you ever get tired of them? You're like, oh God, let's do that again.
No, we really don't, because I mean, you see the fans reacting to it and they always love it, and so they're really fun to perform that and see the reaction from people that grew up with those songs.
Were you offended the night at Jingle Ball when I threw my bra at the stage when you were performing?
No, we loved it.
No, we still have it, actually. It's on the tour bus
We
right
have it.
now.
Sadly, it was the only one we got that
We
tour.
forgot to bring it in for you to sign.
He's a much smaller girl now. There's less to fill out.
I would like that back.
We had a girl last night at our meet and greet. She said, well, I first saw you when I was 14 and I threw my training bra on the stage. Those are memories, you know. That's all part of it.
Run away from that one. 98 degrees is how many degrees Celsius?
37 something.
37, yeah.
37.
Ooh.
There you go. Just wondering if you knew that.
I think
Hey, I'm
the
prepared
first
for-
time-
heard that one
That was
before.
like we were in Australia or something like that, and they
They
quizzed
thought
us
we
on
were
it.
really hot. They
Yeah.
were like, "Whoa, mate! I'm
boiling.
It's crazy."
Crikey.
Do you enjoy traveling around the world? I mean,
Yeah.
Of course.
That was
yeah.
honestly one of the coolest things about being in a group like ours is you got to see so much of the world. You didn't really get to spend much time there, and you were obviously busy working and stuff. But it was places like Indonesia and the Philippines, and all through Europe, and it was a lot of fun.
isn't it funny how, and we all artists love to talk about how music is so universal. You could go to a country where the majority of people probably don't speak English, but they sing every word to your song.
Yeah.
And I bet that would kind of flip you out a little bit. You look at in the audience, you see them doing that.
It tripped us out in Japan. Like most of the Southeast Asian countries, they spoke English, but when we went to Japan, that nobody spoke English anywhere. But when we got in concert, they knew every word to every song. It was pretty bananas. And that's really, it really hits you up on stage. It's like, wow, your music is out there. It's impacting people in different countries all over the world in different ways. And really, it kind of hits you hard, and it humbles you in a way. So
Did you really use the word bananas on our show?
bananas.
It's BANANAS.
I'm going to start using that more. Thank you. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi.
Jennifer, I'm sure they've never heard this before. You're getting married in January, and what song will be your official wedding song?
I do.
Yeah.
Love it.
Good choice.
Congratulations,
Love
Mazel
it.
Tov.
Now,
Thank you.
isn't there some licensing thing where you can actually make money every time someone plays this at their wedding? Because if you did, you'd be multi-billionaires at this point.
Apparently not, because
Yes,
we haven't seen a
that's-
cent.
We're still waiting for those checks.
I'm just wondering. Listen, Jennifer, enjoy it and tell everyone that you actually talked to 98 Degrees.
I
Congratulations.
definitely will, and I will be buying the new album.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming in today.
Thanks for the
you.
love,
Anytime.
Elvis. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for having us.
I've been watching the text messages, and a lot of people are saying downloading it now. That's all we need to know.
Good, good.
It's called Let It Snow. It's been out since, I believe, October.
Right.
So if you didn't get a head start on it, you can download it right now. We always love it when we see our friends 98 Degrees, and we have for many years. Thank you guys for coming up
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
98 Degrees.